Good day everyone, I am Pepito and I hope you're doing fine right now. So today we're going to tackle about the ICT and assessment and learning. So for the introduction, in the past, assessments were done in traditional ways. So teachers used to do traditional ways using paper and pens. So but because of technology, like the involvement of technology and also the challenges that we face during the pandemic, and also right now we're also facing challenges, right? So with the help of technology, online assessments become more common. So it actually helps the teachers give faster feedbacks and also easier access and more flexible learning. So this change also prepares students for the digital futures. So for the assessment is very important in student learning. So there are many approaches to assessments in learning with an emphasis on the process of learning along with the product of learning. So the ultimate measures of students' competence is performance development in information and communication technology, or ICT, has shown open numerous possibilities for assessing student learning and providing immediate feedback. So assessment played a big role in student learning because it actually helps the teachers kung unsay nakatunan sa student, and also to know the learning process and performance. And apart of that, they could easily give faster feedback or improvement of the students. So there are actually types of assessment such as formative assessment, summative assessment, diagnostic assessment, and authentic assessment. So first, let's talk about the formative assessment. So formative assessment provides feedback and information during the instructional process while learning is taking place and while learning is occurring. So formative assessment happens during the lesson. So it helps the teachers see if the student understand the lesson so they could give feedback or make changes right away. So the example of formative assessments are the short quizzes or class discussions. Next, let's talk about the summative assessment. Summative assessment takes place after the learning has been completed and provides information and feedback that sums up the teaching and learning. So this assessment happens after the lessons or units to check what students have learned overall. So it usually comes in the forms of exams, finals, project, and or presentations or performance rather. So the goal of this summative assessment is to actually measure the total of student learning and their performance. So next, let's talk about diagnostic assessment. So diagnostic assessment can help identify your student current knowledge of a subject, their skill sets and capabilities. So this could also be used to clarify misconception before teaching takes place. So this type of assessment is done before teaching starts. So it actually helps the teachers or as future teachers or future educators to know what students already know and what still they need to learn. So it actually, if we say for example of diagnostic, is the practice or interviews to find out their weaknesses and strengths. So last but not the least, the authentic assessment. So authentic assessment describes the multiple forms of assessment that reflect student learning, achievement, motivation, and attitudes on instructional relevant classroom activities. So this assessment lets students show what they already know through real life tasks. So it focuses on applying what they learn to real tasks like portfolios, performance, or even final project or projects rather.